with me is another winner. So please, can you tell us more about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Yusha'u El-Sunais Sani, and I'm from Katsina State. I did my primary and secondary school there in Katsina, and then have my degree in Nasarawa State University, Kefi. So I study. Fortunately, I didn't study computer science. Yeah, I studied plant science and biotechnology.
Okay.
I had my postgraduate diploma in the same plant science and biotechnology.
Okay.
I'm now pursuing my master's degree in plant biotechnology at Federal University Dusama.
So what moved you to ICT?
Yeah, actually, I pick it on the road.
Okay.
Sometimes in university, I have a friend who is very good in programming, and we had a conversation. Since then, I got inspired, and I then self-learning. So I was watching videos, reading about the documentation, journals, articles, and from there I started practicing. Keep developing myself day to day. I remember, I used to spend a lot of money, going to cafe. Then I don't even have computer, so I have to go to a cafe, buy time just to have access to computer to try something that I have read, or maybe I've watched to see whether if I can implement it. Yeah. So since then I keep on. Until sometimes I got to have access to computer, and that was when I went fully into the learning, because I have it always with me. So in the night, in the daytime, always I just keep developing my skills.
Nice. Okay, so what innovation did you create that
Yeah.
won you the prize?
I developed an app that is called Agrochainers, and it has about 3 to 4 modules which play a very major role in the players of agricultural sector.
Okay.
So we have the fintech side, we have like an e-commerce side, and we have a mechanized farming, portion. So in the digital economy, or like somehow of the like e-commerce places, that we are given a platform or an avenue for farmers from rural areas, to be able to sell their product all over the world, all across the globe.
Okay.
And also, the platform is a kind of, support them to carry out their farming activities, like without any much problem.
Okay.
So that is why we have the fintech, because we realize that most of those farmers in the rural area do not have access to banking service. So we feel like it's important that we should bring it, to establish a bank in rural places, because of security stuff is going to be challenging. So we say, okay, let's make it digitally.
Okay.
Yeah, and that is why between our users we have agent. So agent will serve like as a bank staff in every community.
Okay.
So this our platform. You going to obtain a true account number that you transfer can be made. You can you can buy recharge card. You can have all banking
facilities.
All banking facilities. The only thing that is digital.
Okay.
So yeah, you don't see. But and in fact, we are even working with the bank that gave us API that will be issuing ATM card even for our users.
Wow.
And we look at it like these low farmers, or like farmers from rural areas, mostly they don't have savings culture, because they just believe, more especially in the north, we used to have to believe like God provides everything. Yeah. But sometimes the way the economy move, it's important that you have a plan of doing something ahead. So we look at it like we need to let us give them an opportunity of like making investment. So we have like a contribution sect. So as a member, you'll be contributing some certain amount of money, like on monthly basis, like yearly basis, based on your capacity, and that will now give you will now expose you to opportunity of loans. So from what you are saving, whenever you are in need of something to like improve your farming or something like that, we look at your capacity and we actually deploy that to you. So assuming this is a farmer and he don't have farm, he used to borrow land to make some farming, and he now subscribe to our platform, fine, be saving small money in our platform. In fact, we even make it more comfortable that you don't even have to save cash. If you are planting corn, maize, you can make your contribution with that same corn or maize. If you are planting rice, whatever you do, you can just
product contribution.
Yeah, like product contribution. So the only thing we have to value it. You know that this product worth 50,000, this worth 100,000. So you make contribution of 100,000.
Okay.
You get it.
Yeah.
So there so from that contribution that you're saving for sometimes, When you now say, okay, now I want to have my own farm. So with that, we look at it and say, okay, now with the contribution that you have previous years, you should be able to own a land that maybe cost 500,000. So your total contribution is around 350. So we can just complete the 150 for you. Then you have your own land. So now you see in your cost. We like cost production during farming. Now you minus renting fee, which you can also equally use it in paying back the 150 that we have completed for you. And our platform is going to create a lot of job opportunities, because when a farmer make contribution with products, he's giving us product, not money, right? So we are engaging other youth. Like, you are jobless, you don't have job, come, this is a job for you. Okay, this rice, this is 10 bag of rice, and the market value of this rice is 120 naira, and here it comes at 100 naira. Fine, we're giving you this rice at 110. Go to the market, sell it at the market price now. Keep the 10 naira and now bring us back the 110. And we want to make it more reachable to everywhere. So we do all this communication digitally.
Okay, so now, interesting, very interesting. And looking at the fact that majority of the grassroots farmers we're talking about now, will I say illiterate, not exposed to knowledge? Yes. So now, how do you intend to educate them on their product?
This is a very interesting question. We have addressed this. We thought about this and we have addressed it. There was this Empower program initiated by the federal government, and there were 100,000 of youth that were enrolled in Agro. So, and they were given smartphones, and these people are all over the country, all over the community, because we are not like special selection that you have to be from the urban area. So they are there in the rural area. They understand their language, because there are many from the southeast. They understand the local languages there. Here in the north, we have different languages too, and because they are there, born and brought up there, they understand their. So what we do is that our agent, where we intend to incorporate these Agro beneficiaries that have just been, settled out from the federal government. So instead of, for those who have not acquired anything, this is an opportunity for them to come. So they will serve as our agent. Already they have been given smartphones. So they have access to smartphones and the internet, right? And they understand the community there. So they will be the agent. The community will meet them. They know them. If they are making contribution, they know the person exactly they are making contribution to. So it's like there is a very good transparency. And in fact, we're right now, after this event, we start to think of how we will improve the system. So now we're even integrating AI, so that once you visit our system, you get the nearest possible agent close to you. So based on the information that you provided, I'm living in this place, this is my language, this is, so this is where my farm is located. That system automatically will search to see which person do you share common information with, and it will just suggest you that. So whenever you want to make transaction, make this particular agent. You understand? So like all these people from the rural areas, I think those agents will take care of explaining. Okay, so
there's going to be a network to reach them. So everybody.
Again, and some of them do not even have access to even mobile phones. Talk more of the internet. So the same agent will serve that.
Okay, so there'll be a representation for each one of them.
Yes.
Okay, that's a good one. So now, if I say on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you assess the impact so far of your application? Because I believe you must have put it to test run.
Yes.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you assess the impact level?
We're in the still are the development cycle, right? So we tested, and we say it's beginning. So we can, I will give myself a low mark, maybe let's say 4. But because we are testing, so I believe by the time that we reach the beta stage, where we deploy it, in different sectors. Now we are just prototyping with a particular set of people. We need to have a diversification to understand. Okay, these people are Hausa, these people are Fulani, these people are Igbo, these people are Yoruba. How do they react to it? So we can actually make conclusion to say our system is perfect without evaluating all of these people. But we believe from what we have, definitely it's going to work out.
Interesting, amazing. I salute this initiative. Now, a lot of young people always like to say the government is not concerned about Nigerians, about young people. From what you've benefited so far, how will you credit the government?
Yeah, I've been saying, sometimes there were statements that Mr. President made and people were jumping that he said, some Nigerian youth are lazy. I always back him up. And the reason why is that a lot of people are just thinking like, let me just be sleeping at home and the federal government should knock my door and say, Mr. El-Sunais, this is your federal government shares. Take 10 million and she just collect it and go back to sleep. Actually, the life doesn't work that way. If you are really passionate about something, you have to work for it. You have to really work for it. Even if you are to chop, you have to chop it. You will not just put it in your mouth and
make effort.
Yeah, you have to make that effort. You will not just put it in your mouth and expect it to just to dissolve, just to enter your stomach. You have to chew it. You have to do. So the same thing. You are a youth and you know that you need something. You actually need to work for it. There are a lot of opportunities. Government have been trying a lot more, especially this present administration. There were a lot of people that we know. Government have supported them at even world level. Like in Katsina State, we have two. We have Amine Bakori. We know Nitida have supported him a lot. He went to Dubai and he got a lot amount of money there. Recently, last year, we have Abdul Hakim Bashir. He developed market security system called Chiniki Guard. The same thing supported by federal government. We have a lot of them. You understand? So they are there, the opportunity. The thing is that we don't see. A lot of the youth don't see. So if you are really looking for something, you need to concentrate, put on your mind, make effort, and then you see the opportunities.
If there's anything I take from your introduction that is striking, is your resilience. You talked that, you were saying that even when you didn't have a computer system in the house, you go as far as going to cyber cafe, making the effort to know more.
Yeah, I remember it took me like 20 times to know how to send a message on Facebook.
Wow.
Like just anytime I will type the message, but I don't really know where the sending button is. So and I have to make sure that I really send that message. People are sending message and I press enter, it does not go, and I was just looking for the button. So I will buy time. I will spend 1 hour without getting the button, but I make sure that I was able to learn how to use it, and I went as far as programming. Yeah. So actually, one has to put
effort into
effort. Yeah.
Okay, now that you have received this award now, and there's so much in your plate, should we be expecting what next?
So I've told you that we are already working on the AI with artificial intelligence for a recommendation system. So not just only recommendation system, but also thinking about weather analysis, because sometimes a farmer will sow a seed expecting that it will germinate. Unfortunately, it will get burned, and this used to happen because of you can't understand whether there will be rain or not. So we're already working to see how we can gather a lot of data so that we are implementing an algorithm based on the previous history of rainfall to be making prediction and based on the weather forecast, so that we have a very good recommendation system. Like a farmer just made an agent, like I want to plant this and I intend to plant this so time. An agent can just scroll in based on the location you are, and the system will give him a recommendation. Like, so if you want to plant this particular seed, sow it at so time due to so reason, so that your plant is not going to get burned. So this is an improvement. And secondly, I talk about mechanized agriculture. We know that now if you want to be more productive into agricultural sector, because we hope to improve the sector, right? So you have to fully go into mechanized farming. So when you realize that these large scale farmers, they used to have all these machineries, but they are only using it for their farms, and then after they finish, they just keep it there. And they are business people. They are looking for a way to make money, and we're already thinking of how we get partnership with them, so that those machineries will also be used in the rural area by farmers. So we will be an intermediary between them. So a farmer can just go to our system and he gets a nearest mechanized machineries that are close to him. So from there he make a request and we contact the owner of the machineries and we deploy it to his farm and have the activity. So we are trying to make the life of farmers very easy. And our platform, we intend to make it like a one-stop shop for agricultural activities. And we are even trying to see to make it an avenue for if government want to reach out to people in farming, let them have like a fast way, because if we really deploy this out, we are going to be one of those that are very close to every farmer from every angle of the country. So maybe like a kind of support program, so is where we want to be like intervention programs. We want to play a kind of role in see how we can so we're also thinking of how we put that into
Sani, I must commend you. This is amazing. Well done. Very good one.
Thank you very much.
So looking at young people now who are at home and are inspired by your life, what's of advice you really leave for them?
Yeah, actually we have to a comedian was saying that people will be advising you to stop sleeping. Like imagine that Getmans don't sleep but they are still poor. But actually it's an irony that actually if you really want to make your life good at your youthful age, I don't expect you to be sleeping for more than 4 hours. Actually, you need to have time for reading, for study, for self-development, and you need to have time for implementation of what you study. The problem of our youth is that they take studies and investment, which is wrong according to my perception. When you go to a school and you learn microbiology, take it like I went to school, I acquire the knowledge of microbiology so that I will apply this microbiology to take my community forward, right? Which is contrary like to the normal thinking like I went to school, I learned microbiology, so let me get employment in a microbiology firm so that I'll be given salary. No, actually you need to think about what you are going to do with the knowledge that you have, how you are going to use it. Going to school is very good. It's very, very good. Just take it like okay, you are studying English, but just look at it in a way like I'm studying carpentry. So I know that immediately when I finish, my Oga is going to settle me out, and I will establish my own carpentry workshop, and I will continue working. I'm not expecting to be graduate and also go to be hired to be hired by someone. No, I need to start thinking like where I'm going to apply my skills and knowledge. So if you're actually waiting for someone to come and hire you, actually I will say you're wasting much of your time. I will advise you to develop themselves, and we develop ourselves by reading. In these motivational books, there are a lot of experience that one is going to get. I think when I read this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, I was actually exposed to a lot of things, and in fact it has taught me a lot of financial discipline. I got to understand, the major thing I understand is about the difference between liability and asset, because we used to buy a lot of liability thinking that they are an asset, which are not. So we need to be more conscious of that. And then one thing that is one thing that is a constraint to development of youth is that spending culture. We get 100 naira and we're thinking of how we are going to spend 150, which is a problem, because someone want to buy an iPhone and he has 100 naira, 100,000. He is still looking for someone who will complete the 40,000 naira for him so that he buy the iPhone, and later when he get another money to settle him, which is not how it's supposed to work. You have 100,000, right? So spend 20,000 naira because you need to enjoy as human being. Buy chicken, buy whatever you want to buy. Take your girlfriend out, you do everything that you want, right? Then take 40,000 and from that 40,000 now invest 20,000. Just for investment, find a place, maybe a Bitcoin, maybe a gold, something like shares. Say, invest in that 20,000.
So you're saying young Nigerians to look for the future.
Yes.
And start now to use their young age to be
to be investing. Because when you look at it, if every month you will save 5,000 naira, or let's say in every day, if you save 100 naira every day, like every day you save 100 naira, by 1 month, in 30 days, you have like 3,000, right? In 10 months, you have 30,000. So in 2 years, you have like 60-something thousand. So in 5 years, so and that is how it will keep accumulating. And if you put it in an investment, it will keep growing. I got this concept from this book that I read, Richest Man in Babylon. He said, make sure that you save 10% you invest 10% of your income. So that you should just take it like you bought camel, sheep, like goats. You know, when you go 2, you are expecting after some certain time that they should give birth. They should have children, and the children should have grandchildren, and the grandchildren should have great-grandchildren. Yeah. That is how you're supposed to use your money. You have money, think about where you put them, so that this money will have children, and the children will have children, and the children, and that is how it keep going. You realize before you know, you get to a certain time that you don't even need to invest, because what you have invested is already investing itself. Yeah. So we need to. I think the youth need to really have a financial discipline, and they need to have this self-development. And they really have to implement whatever they develop themselves.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's been very educative talking with you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Congratulations again from us. Yeah.
Them create the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports Development for 2016 to bring young people important programs wey go dey help them for this country. Nigeria, we know say na country wey get plenty people, and part of those plenty people na young people full am. The mission and vision for this particular ministry are to make sure say e empower young people, make them dey grow well, make them dey successful for everything wey they do for life, for sports industry and even other places wey no be sports. The goal na to make sure say young people dey develop themselves, they get talent, they use am well, all their capital they use am well, so they go dey productive for everything where they do. The Federal Ministry of Youth and